Alright guys, welcome to the Hard Way Outdoors channel. We're going to go over some hunting stories. Some may seem a little bit far-fetched, but I swear they're 100% true. And I'd like to introduce you to Cy. He keeps licking deer. Go let some deer out. Named Cy after Duck Dynasty. It's a great show. It's funny. He's probably the funniest man in America right now, Cy Robertson. And named a German Shorthair after him. He's 5 months old. Just want to introduce you to him. He's a great dog. We're going to make him do a bird dog. Hopefully get some pheasant hunting, quail hunting videos out to you guys. Alright, we're going to start off with my first deer. It was a doe. Pretty nice sized doe. Shot her at like 15, 25 yards, maybe about 35 yards. And it was a nice day. I got 243 in rifle season in the snow on the last day of the season. You know, I was just really excited to shoot her. We were sitting there and I was just zoning off, looking at a stump, and my dad said, "Oh, here comes some deer." So I got ready on the tree and got my gun up. Here come 3 doe, and I shot the first one that came out. I think she was the biggest. Nice doe. My second deer was a doe as well. We were hunting with a good buddy. He was driving to us, and he shot a deer. He was driving to us, but he shot a deer and wounded it. So I was just tracking it by myself. They were watching me and guiding me, showing me how to like track a deer. And we came up on it. It was bedded down. I put one. Like, I was real nervous. I was shaky, and I shot, and I think I hit it like in the jaw. All I could see was like its neck and up, and I think I shot in the jaw, and it just ran down the hill and up the other side, and I finished her off there. It was pretty nice. It was a smaller doe. It was fun. Had to drag it up a nice, really sheet of ice hill. My third deer was this 5-point right here. You know, I was really excited to shoot him. It's like 65-inch 5-point, like a 12-inch spread. I mean, everybody's excited to shoot their first buck, and I was really excited. It was a lot of fun. Sitting in a spot. It was I shot him on the second day, but on the first day, we were in there, and this guy just shoots this huge 8-point from where we were, close to where we were. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm never gonna get a deer now." But we were talking to him as he was dragging out. He's like, "Oh yeah, there's a 5-point that walked under my stand. His stand wasn't far from where we were." And "Oh yeah, there's a 5-point. I just got my gun up and I just passed on him." I was like, "Alright, so there's a 5-point." And I was like, "Oh." So we came back a second day to the same spot, and once again I wasn't even paying attention. I was just thinking, I wasn't gonna get one. And my dad's like, "Oh, here comes a buck." He was pretty decent. 80 yard shot through the pine trees. It was tough shot. I could see a wreck. I put it behind his front shoulder, squeezed off, and then we just couldn't find blood on him. We couldn't find it at all, and we didn't find any blood. We just found the deer just laying up there. It was pretty sweet. 20-30 yards away from the road. Little dirt road we took in and just pulled the truck up, threw him in. But the year before that, my dad shot this 7-point. Now, as you can see, they were shot from the same tree, and there's very similar characteristics. My 5-point, no left brow tine, no left brow tine. started to grow a point here, and this one also you can see like it started to grow a point here, and just very similar spreads as well. So kind of thinking they came from the same dad, or this is the father of that one. So it's pretty cool. I was sitting there with my dad. This is the first deer I was ever seen shot. We were just sitting there. I think it was the first day, and all of a sudden you can hear people like driving through the woods, like they were hitting stuff on trees to scare deer. And my dad's like, "Oh, get ready, get ready." But he had the gun because I was still a youth mentor hunter, and he just saw this one coming. I was like, he had the gun in his hand because we weren't really ready, and I was like, "Just shoot it, just shoot it." So he shot it right through the chest because it was facing us, and I mean, he blew the heart out, and it ran 50 yards. It was pretty cool. We always keep like the shells we have and tags. This was 12/1/2008, Clearfield County, Lawrence Township, 3:30 p.m. So this year, well, this past hunting season, 2012, I mean, I was in the stand a lot. After school hunting archery, and you know, I put my time in the stand. I studied all I could about the deer, and I ended up, it was one day, it was pre-rut, kind of getting ready to be rut. Leaves are still in the trees, and these two button bucks come walking up to me. I have a video of it. I'll put a link in the description below. And I ended up missing. I drew back and I missed. They already had me spotted, so I had it, and it was coming right. It was gonna hit him like kind of high, and he jumped the string, and I missed. And then he came. They weren't really spooked because they're young deer and they don't really know what's going on. And he walked more to the right. There was two button bucks, and I just shot the one. It was gonna hit him high again, and he dropped the shot. Jumped down. I was really disappointed. And another time, it was in the rut, and this 4-point was coming down to me, and I was like, all right, we'll see what's gonna happen. It was coming straight to me like on a string, right after I grunted, and I could see like my lid cam, right? It has a blinking light, and I just see it go off. And my goal was to get a deer on camera that year, and I guess I was like, oh, I really want to get a deer on camera. My camera died, and I let the deer walk to live another day. So that's how that went. But 2012 rifle season, had a little bit better luck. We were going to camp, and we were lifting a cooler, like something heavy, into the camp, and I think I just pulled a muscle in my neck. So, and then something happened. We had to go home and stay there. So we were at home, and I wake up at 2 in the morning, and I can't move my neck at all. Like if I go like this, I'm just in severe pain. So I get my dad. I couldn't even get up to get my dad up to tell him what was going on with my neck. So he's like, all right, can you hunt? I'm like, yeah, I can hunt, yeah. So we waited till like, I slept. It was the hardest time going back to sleep because I just could not move my neck at all. And you know, it was just really tough. So we were going. He woke me up. He's like, "Are you all right to hunt?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I'm ready to. I'm pumped to hunt." I mean, I wouldn't miss opening day for rifle season for anything unless I'm tagged out. So we get up there. It was about 45-minute drive to the spot where we shot these two on the same spot, and all morning we could see deer moving below on this tree line. There's a little clearing and there's a tree line, so we moved the blind down there, and we were sitting in the blind because it was a little bit of drizzle with rain. And I mean, I couldn't move my neck all day. I had to wear this huge orange suit that kind of made me look goofy, but I couldn't. It just kept me warm so I wouldn't move, and I just sat there the entire day from dusk till dawn. And luck would have it, we were there, and we could see deer moving in that little clearing. We were kind of by the clearing, and just saw doe, bam, rack. There's a rack there. I was like, oh yeah, here it's gonna happen. I had a gap like this big to shoot out of with twigs everywhere, and so I just got my gun up on the edge of the blind. I knelt down. I could move my neck like everywhere because of all my adrenaline. I couldn't even feel it. So I just got ready. I was loose. Bam. Squeeze it off, and I see him jump and run. I'm like, oh yeah, I hit him good. So we walk up there, and no blood, no blood. There's a guy with a tree stand down to the right of us, and he's like, oh yeah, if you guys, I saw him coming, and I was getting ready to get the gun up, I was just turning my scope up, and if you guys want to show it, I would have shot him. About 10 seconds later, we're like, oh yeah, it was close. So he's like, we're like, did you see where it ran? He's like, yeah, it ran up there. Looked like it hit him good. I'm like, oh, this is good. So we go up there, we walk towards where he said it was, and sure enough, found blood. It's like, oh, blood wasn't really good, but walk up 5 yards later, and there's a buck laying there. So it was exciting, and just with the hurt neck, it was a really memorable hunt. Still haven't got the European mounted that back. I'd be showing it to you guys. So yeah, those are my hunting stories. You may believe them, you may not, but totally true. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna have a turkey hunting video up, turkey hunting story soon. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hardway Outdoors. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, I put everything away, and then I put all these horns in the tripod and everything away, turn the camera off, and I look over and I see a picture of me with a deer. I'm like, I didn't talk about that deer, so here I'm going to talk about it. It was a self-filmed doe I had this year, rifle season. Shot her like 5 days after my 8-point, and it was the first Saturday you could shoot a doe here in PA. And I had my lid cam, and we were on the top of this hill right where I shot my first doe, and we were overlooking, and then you can hear deer walking everywhere all around us. Right, and then light came. It's like, all right, you better get ready because you can hear deer coming, and then my dad's like, all right. I'm like, don't move. And my dad's like, why? I'm like, here comes a deer. So we stood up and got position. She came like 25 yards from me, right down. It was a little doe, and I had the camera running the whole time, and felt good. So she stepped out, bam, knocked her over right there, and it was pretty cool to get my first doe on camera. And it was hopefully get some more on camera this year, some more kills. Tight lines. You guys fishing?